Hi, how's it going? So today I'm doing a educational book gift guide from all of my favorites from our bookshelves that I've used as gifts for my daughter throughout the years and that were homeschool favorites. Okay. So I'm basically starting with this. I have books of for all ages. This is a suggestion for a lot of different ages. I'm not sure because you could read it to your child or they could do it on their own. I thought this would be a cute idea to gift it with a flashlight. This is a little reptile lizard flashlight that you don't have to use this one. You could use any flashlight, but I thought it'd be a good combination to use as a gift. So this is just a shine a light book. They have a lot of these on different subjects, and basically it reads like a picture book, and then you shine the flashlight on. You can't see it now because it's daylight, but in the dark you shine it and it shows like a secret picture and you get to look, and then on the back it tells you about the picture. So I chose this book for this video because they have a lot of different subjects. Dinosaur is just one option, so I really love that series. Okay, and then another dinosaur themed book. So the first section of this video will be like interactive books. So the shine a lights are really great. And then this book would be for an older child because I would say 5 on up, depending on, your child, because it's a really delicate pop-up book. It is Encyclopedia Prehistorica Dinosaurs. And I will link everything I can find from the websites and or preferably from Amazon, so I can just do it in one place. And yeah, so this is a really fun pop-up book with a lot of interactive little fold outs, and this is a really beautiful book. My daughter got it one year for Christmas. And then this is a favorite that she's had since she was a young toddler, and this is Press Here. I don't know if I'm going to say his name correctly, but I think it's Hervé Tully. So I wanted to show this book because I think it's a really good option for people who want to give books to children that you're not sure if they might have a book. I think these are really unique. They're interactive, and he has a lot of different books to choose from. Hervé Tully, and almost all of his books are interactive. So it's ready, and then you press here, and then it's like press here and turn the page. Great, now press the yellow dots again. So it gives you instructions. My daughter loved this book when she was 2, 3, 4 age group, and then you eventually you mix colors together, and these are awesome, I think, for a lot of different age groups, and I think they make a really good gift. Next one is a classic I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and Where's Waldo? These are Where's Waldo, the Spectacular Spotlight Search. So this one actually has a little you get from here, and then you open the page and you put it under this little flap, and then you carefully search like a little flashlight spotlight for what you're looking for that's on your checklist. So it just adds another element to the already word find type Where's Waldo. And so yeah, it's just a fun addition if your child already has this type of Where's Waldo, or if they don't. My daughter has a lot of the original ones, and this was a fun addition that she really liked. So yeah, so that was another option, I thought. And then this is just a beautiful book that I would say would be for older elementary / middle school on up. This is Lonely Planet Kids, The Incredible Cabinet of Wonders. And this one's kind of like an archaeology book with all these crazy things to find that are actually items that are actually in history museums. And you get to learn about all of these items behind all these little flaps. And it has a bunch of different types of objects. So I think a lot of different kids could be interested in this if you're not sure. If you're buying a gift for someone outside your family or for a child where, I don't know, you want something just kind of unique, I think it's one of her favorite books. And then another interactive book, this is Illuminatomy. Wide-Eyed is the publisher. This again comes with this little additional thing. So you can see the skeleton with the red, the muscles with the green, and the organs and blood vessels with the blue lens. So then you get to different sections, like here's like skeleton, and then like for the skull, and then the brain, all these different areas where you put this over and you can see different things with the lens. So it's really cool. We actually used it in a homeschool human body unit, but I think it'd be a fun book for any situation. And here's another interactive book. This is Pirates Magnified by Wide-Eyed. Again, it comes with a fun little magnifying glass, and then you get to, it's like a look and find life on board, and then you get to find, it's like 10 things to spot, and it's also educational because it tells you facts about different time periods, pirates, etc. So I think this is another fun book that would make a good gift. And a lot of these books also have other books in the series. So this one actually has other ones besides pirates, like other topics. And the Lumenatomy has other ones too. A lot of the books I picked, I tried to pick books that have other options. So if you like the style but not the subject. Okay, so that ends the interactive book category. Now picture books. Since picture books, you can either read them to your child and or they can read them for their own, I think this would be for a wide range of ages. And this is just one of my favorite picture books of all time. I added it to our collection, I think this year. And this is The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, and the Horse by Charlie Mackesy. It's just one of the most beautiful picture books I've ever read. It's very philosophical. It's very beautiful. The illustrations are beautiful. And I think it'd make a really good gift for even adults. Like, it's a sweet story about a little boy and these animals and a friendship. Kind of reminds me of like Winnie the Pooh or Frog and Toad. You know, just very universal themed, sweet story about life and, you know, ups and downs and things like that. It's beautiful. Highly recommend it. And then these, a lot of people know about them, but I want to include them anyway because these, I think it'd be fun to give as a gift with some crayons. So I thought that'd be a cute little thing you could give. You could give these books with, or one or the other with crayons. This is the first one. This is The Day the Crayons Quit. And then this was the second one, The Day the Crayons Came Home. And so it's just a fun little story about crayons. And the crayons write letters to the child who owns them about things that, you know, they like being used for, or etc. And it's a very creative little story. My daughter has both of them. This is just the second part. And yeah, I think these would make a really good picture book gift for a lot of different ages of children. And then another one, this is another picture book that is just really, I think would make a really good book for a lot of different ages, because especially like older elementary, because it's like, what do you do with an idea? By Kobe Yamada, illustrated by May Beeson. So this book is, you could give this to a child, you know, with also like art supplies or, you know, building supplies. What do you do with an idea? Kind of gets their brain flowing, creativity, you know, and then also gets kids thinking about what's going on with that process. And the illustrations are really beautiful. And this author has a bunch. He has like, what do you do with a problem? And he has a bunch of other beautiful picture books. And then let's see. Okay, so that was like picture books for various ages. And then this book I would say for, I'm not good with setting ages because my daughter's like almost 10, but she reads everything. She reads picture books, chapter books, middle grade. She even reads like YA and older. So I'm just saying this in a loose way. I think this would be better for, I don't know, I guess like 6 on up. So this, what I like about these is they're educational and they have a bunch to pick from. And I think they make a really good gift. This one's on dogs. And then this would be for a younger child. I brought 2 of my favorite chapter books that I love to give as gifts. So this one is, I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with, but if not, it is the Magic Tree House. So the Magic Tree House has like another series. These are Merlin missions. So I got these for my daughter. And it's like you don't have to get the whole set. You could just get one, but this is just a set I got her. And actually the first one is Christmas. It's like Christmas in Camelot. So I actually gave her this for Christmas, I believe, last year. And yeah, so it's an added resource to the series. She already really loved the Magic Tree House series, but she never read Merlin Mission. So, and then this is so my favorite children's author of all time is K.D. Camillo, and this is K.D. Camillo's The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane. So this, I don't know if you necessarily call it a chapter book, but it definitely kind of has that vibe. So this made a really good read aloud for us, and I think kids would enjoy reading it on their own. I guess like lower elementary up, you know, like no age limit, because I actually like to reread this book on my own. I love all of her books. And so yeah, this one has larger font, and then it has some color illustrations. I think they have different versions of this, but the one we have has like color illustrations and some various illustrations. It's a really sweet story about a China rabbit named Edward Tulane, and he gets he's owned by a little girl, and then one day he got lost. So it's all about his journey. All of her books, in my opinion, are very philosophical, and her writing is just awesome. Like, it keeps my attention as an adult as much as it does my daughter's. Okay, so that was like chapter books. I showed a variety of ages in the other ones, and then so this one would be for like older, I'd say like middle to, I don't know, I guess like just elementary to middle school, even high school. I could see even adults really liking this book. This one's Women in Science, 50 Fearless Pioneers Who Changed the World by Rachel sorry, I'm gonna probably say her name wrong. Ignotofsky, I don't know, Ignotofsky. She has other books in this series. She has Women in Sports, and then I think she has other ones too. But it's just really like a 2-page spread on different women who were scientists or are scientists. And yeah, so it's just, I think it's really pretty, and I think it'd be a really cool gift for a kid who's really into science or older, you know, teen. And then this one is Nature's Treasures. This one I think has a very, very wide age. You know, you could read this, I could see you reading this, open it, flipping through it with a 4-year-old, or you could get it for like a 7-year-old on its own, or I could even see you using this with middle school or high school, or I could see some adults liking this. It's DK Nature's Treasures. This is just one of the most really pretty books that we own, most beautiful books that we own. It's just really simple layout of like 2-page spreads. Like here's a 2-page spread of feather, so it tells you about it, and then it has like a really nice photo and or illustration of, oh, this one's more than 2 pages, okay. And then here's dragonfly wings, just really pretty. And then it has like the gold foil edges. It's nature. So this would be a really good gift for a kid who is interested in the nature part of science, or someone who likes to do nature study drawings, etc. Even an adult who likes to look at beautiful pictures. I mean, illustrations, and I think a lot of it photography mixed. Yeah, really pretty. Okay, now I have an idea for a child who's really interested in Anne of Green Gables. So you could gift the Anne of Green Gables book. This is, I think it's like the Puffin and Bloom. Puffin. Yeah, this is just Anne of Green Gables, and then you could pair it with this. So this is Color the Classics, Anne of Green Gables, a coloring book, a visit to Avonlea. My daughter started it and she's actually still working on it. We've been having this for years and she kind of put it aside and then she got back into it doing different pages at a time, but it actually has a shortened version of the story. You could even just give this as a gift on its own to introduce your child to Anne of Green Gables, or do the book as a read aloud while they're coloring to this. That's what I originally got it for her, and then we kind of just got distracted doing something else, and she just does this in her free time and she wants to finish the whole thing. But yeah. And then this was one of my favorite gifts I ever got her for one of her birthdays one year. And what is, sorry, looking for a place to put that. It is My Miniature Library, 30 Tiny Books to Make, Read, and Treasure. And so it's really cute. It's like a little interactive kit. So these are all made, but it just comes with pieces of paper, and your child, sorry, it came with this little shelf. It's kind of coming apart. So it comes with this little backdrop, and you can kind of put it, you know, standing up vertical. I don't know if you can see that on camera. And then it, you know, comes with this, you make this little bookshelf. So my daughter actually plays with these little books and she uses them for her like little dolls and stuff. And it comes with just all these little books that she put together, you know, by cutting it and putting it together. So I think this book would be really nice for like an older elementary age child or a teen or even an adult who likes cute little miniature things. A lot of the books, some of the books on here are just like made up of what they said you could put your own stuff in the book, you know, like, and then some are actually real books. Like this is like Atlas of the World, and it came with, of course, little map pictures. And then this is like Beauty and the Beast. So some of the books are like classics, and then it has like a really shortened version. And then some are just mixed. Yeah. So I thought that would make a really good gift. And then this is like a little set I have about Charles Dickens. So since Charles Dickens wrote A Christmas Carol, I thought this would be fun to show in the video, because you could read the Christmas Carol out loud, you know, the month of December, which is what we plan to do. And or you could give this to an adult who really loves Charles Dickens or classics. So I completed this little set. I also wanted to show these. Would be a really nice gift or a stocking stuffer. This is like the Who Was series. I have like a million of these, like on every subject you could imagine. So this is the Charles Dickens ones. We're gonna do that together. But you could give them as gifts, even stocking stuffers. And then this is just a world full of Dickens. I got my daughter, and then we're reading these together, but these would make a really good gift for, I don't know, I would say like mid-elementary to older elementary, even maybe middle school, because it's really beautiful and it's a really nice introduction to the work of Charles Dickens. So they have a Shakespeare one, which we have that one. And then they have a bunch of other ones. They even have like animal ones. It has like a cast of characters, which I love, and a really short, of course, version of the story, so they could kind of get to a lot of his books in here. So I think that would make a really good gift. And then I got her this puzzle, The World of Charles Dickens. And they have 7 characters to find from his work. I think this would be a really good gift for someone who loves books, because, so this is by Lawrence King, and I think they have like other books that they have puzzles of. So that's why I want to show it, because it's just an idea. If you want to give somebody a book gift that's a book lover, but you don't want to give them a book they already have, you could do that as an option, like a puzzle about a book. Okay. And then another idea I had, this is a picture book. This is Iggy Peck Architect by Andrea Beatty. So these have a set. They have like an engineer, an illustrator, and I think a president. So if you are buying a gift for a child who might be into one of those subjects, I wanted to show this book as a good option, because you could pair this with Legos or blocks or some type of building material and give both as a gift. And the illustrations are really awesome. So yeah, and of course this is a picture book, so you know, it'd be good for the picture book age. Yet I think it'd also be appropriate for an older elementary or middle school who, if you have a child who wants to be an architect, to look at this and then give them like a cool Connects kit or, you know, Lego kit or something. Okay, so another book that is for, I'd say like mid-elementary to older, even adult, is Watercolor with Me in the Forest by Dana Fox. And this book is fun because it shows you how to do watercolor in the book. And it has some techniques, but the pages are really nice and thick and they don't bleed through. I didn't like these books for my daughter when she was really young because she was just learning, you know, how to paint and draw, and I didn't want her to like copy. But when she turned, I don't know, I guess around like 7 or 8, maybe a little bit older, she's almost 10 now, I was fine with her looking at samples. And of course it's fine for adults, but when they're, you know, really learning how to draw and things like that, it's good for them to kind of explore on their own. But these books I find are really good for education and for like nature study and for kids who just like to do watercolors. So like I said, I think like 8 on up would be a good age for this because they've already developed their own drawing style. And like they have really good examples of like the color option you can use, like the colors. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't really show a lot of books for like toddlers only because I feel like when toddlers are that age, you know, there's all these traditional board books that you can find, you know, like in Target or Barnes and Nobles or of course online. So I didn't really bring those out because I just feel like there's so many board book options, but I wanted to show one option for someone who, because like I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't really know what your toddler's into or what your like, you know, what your 1-year-old is into necessarily. You're just like exposing them to books, so I didn't really show that for this video. But I wanted to show, I think like I guess what I'm trying to say is like older kids, in my experience for my own family members and my daughter, are harder to buy for because they're more interested in certain subjects or particular reading styles, etc., etc. But I want to show this one category, which is like a multi-age option. So I think this would be a really good idea for like a new baby and a parent, and or if you know a parent who's really into books and you're looking for something for their young child. So this is my whole little Jane Eyre set. So this is 2 options for classics that are like pick board books. Now these also have like a bunch of different options. So if you could buy this book like Jane Eyre and you could pair it with this, like a gift for like a child and a parent. And then you could do like Moby Dick, and then you could do like the actual adult Moby Dick. I thought this would be like a really good idea for like a new parent and or anybody else who likes Jane Eyre. But anyway, so this is just like a really simple, you know, this would be for like, you know, the youngest child as you can name, you know, like 2 years old or something like that. And then this is another Jane Eyre, Little Miss Bronte. You can tell I love Jane Eyre. This is a counting primer. So it's just a fun little counting book of a classic. And then, you know, this is just a simple little paperback Jane Eyre that I just wanted to show you guys to pair it with. And then this is a graphic novel. So this would make, I think, a really good gift for a teenager or middle school age child. So this is Jane the Fox and Me. Well, actually middle school on up. I don't know if the protagonist is named, I mean her age, if she's in middle school or high school. But it's basically about a little girl who's having a tough time in school with mean girls. And it's by Fanny Britt and Isabel Arsenault. Well, Isabel Arsenault is illustrator and Fanny Britt's author. So it's a graphic novel. It's very artsy. It's mostly like, if not all, it's like black, white, gray. And it's about a little girl who's actually reading Jane Eyre. So it's like a book about a book. She's reading Jane Eyre. And at the same time, like she's talking about Jane Eyre here, at the same time she's having a tough time at school. So it's kind of about like mean girls and yet coming of age. It's not too long, but let's see, so it's like 100 pages. Yeah, it's like 100 pages. So my daughter loves it and she's 9, so even a younger child it could work for. But I'm thinking if you're looking for something for an older child, I think it could work for a lot of different ages, even an adult who likes Jane Eyre. Okay, so the last 3 things I have to show are geared more towards adults, but could also be used for kids' book gifts as well. Because, so this is, I got this for my daughter, but, you know, I think it could also be used for adults as a gift, a good gift. So this is Childhood Favorites Puzzle, and it's by, let's see, Remarks. I'll try to find everything on Amazon that I can. So this I thought would be a really good option as a gift if you paired it with one of these books. So you could pair it with one of the books on the cover as a really cute gift, like The Hobbit, you know, Anne of Green Gables, Where the Mountain Meets the Moon, or just, you know, they even have like a wrinkle, so many books on here. So I thought that would make a really cool gift. And then the last 2 things are like pretty much, as you can tell, most of these gifts, of course, were meant for kids, but because adults, I didn't include adult books because adults I find are way more particular, because I know I am, like I care about a reading style, the plot, the characters, like connecting, not connecting. Some people want different genres. Adults are way more picky because they've had more experience reading. So I didn't include any fiction, like I said, other than those other, you know, the gift guide examples. But I didn't include any fiction for adults because I didn't want to like show something that I think maybe because I like it doesn't mean someone else. So I just brought 2 books that I think that a wide amount of adults would or could like. And the first one is The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows. And like I said, this is just from my collection. The Dictionary of Obscure Sorrows by John Koning. So this book, I'm actually rereading it. It's really pretty. It's one of those books. First of all, it's just a beautiful presentation. It's this author, he just created words for emotions that we all feel but don't have the language to express. So it's kind of hard to even characterize it as if it's like poetry. I'll just give you one example. It's just all these beautiful, like some are longer, his opinions on different things, and then most of them are just, it kind of reads like a dictionary. It has some illustrations in it. It's very artsy. I've never seen anything like it. I'm just going to pick one, and like I said, this word doesn't have a meaning, but he pretty much just picks words. So I'm just picking a random word, hiddled, adjective, feeling the loneliness of having to keep a secret to yourself. And then he writes underneath, he has Old English, HIDIL, means hiding place, pronounced hidlid. So he just creates his own, he puts these words together, definitions and these like actual words that he just kind of makes up. And they're just very poetic. Malotype, a certain person who embodies all the things you like the least about yourself. And I'm not going to continue, but then he puts in the end how the word is made and how it's pronounced, the Latin, like, or the root of it. It's just really interesting and artsy, and I think a lot of people would like it. And then this is just, of course, this would be for someone who does like poetry, but I think this would be a really good book for someone who likes poetry, but just like wants an introduction, like, or you might want to try to see if someone would like poetry. I think this is just a really nice introduction. It's an anthology. What's really nice about this book, I think it's really a really awesome Christmas gift because it's a poem for literally for every day of the year. It starts in January, and the person that you're giving it to could literally have this, that they start January 1st with the nice little ribbon, and every day they'll read the poem. They'll think of you that you gave it to them. So it's really nice. It has poems from a bunch of different, authors. Some are excerpts from books. Some are just random, they have like Shakespeare, Charlotte Bronte, famous people. Then they have people I've never heard of. So my daughter and I are reading this together this year, but I think, like I said, it would be a gift, a really nice gift for so many different ages, including adults. So, okay, you guys, thanks so much. Hopefully that was helpful. If not, regardless, thanks so much for watching and subscribing. I really, really appreciate it. Bye.